All right. Very good morning to Group 3.
Morning.
Yep.
Morning.
So, report.
Okay. Can
Feel
I
free to
share my
share screen.
screen?
Yeah, you can share screen already.
Mm. So like we had a good discussion among ourselves. And we did a lot of like readings and watching movies. So like our conclusion is to do about music, skateboarding and music. And then from here from the music part we found that most of them are like punk rock, hip hop, and then uh rock, those kind of music. So we plan to do like, if to be specific, and we are planning to do skateboarding and hip hop music. So these are like a draft that we came up. And then below here is that the music with like the hip hop music, right?
Mm.
It kind of influenced people to like pick up skateboarding. And then why is that so? Because some music videos, they include skateboarding in their like music video. So it from the pop artists and any hip hop artists. So that's why when people see the music video, they feel like learning the skateboarding also. And then for this one, because skateboard culture, from what we found, skateboard culture started from white people, like Americans. And then hip hop culture kind of started from the black people. So
They often use hip hop music to rap. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are dissatisfaction.
yeah,
And
so the hip hop culture and the skateboard culture kind of like interrelated. So it kind of made them united in some way.
time to wake up.
Hmm. The point of your study of the skateboard culture is to do what particularly?
Uh, the relationship between scatter culture with music, especially hip hop. Because mostly the scatter culture is from white people and hip hop is from black people. So we have a question that how they can associate it.
So the point you're trying to make is the relationship between hip hop culture and skateboard culture, skater culture,
Yeah.
skateboard.
Yes.
Okay, skateboard culture.
Can you scroll down a little?
Okay. So, is how do you know skateboard culture is a culture?
Uh,
Like from our research.
Yeah. Yeah. Go on.
research
How do you
online.
know? How do you know skateboard culture is a culture by itself?
uh,
So many online research stated that there one scatter culture is subculture.
Okay, so you got data for that, right?
Mm, mm,
mm,
So skateboard culture is a culture according to your sources. So you
a
got
lot.
to
Yeah.
signify those where does so skateboard culture is a culture according to this, and then hip hop culture is a culture according to where, all right? So you have your premise,
Mm,
all right?
mhm.
Um, and now you just want to find a real you and then now your so that's one is hip hop culture according to where data, skateboard culture according to where. Now you say that hip hop culture and skateboard culture, there is a relationship. Okay. All right. So
mm,
there another bubble can be drawn, a relationship between the two. So a relationship between the two um according to where. Okay.
mm,
Because you didn't come up with this from scratch. Obviously, from what you have referred to just now, you just said you've been looking at some sources. So now there is a
mm.
relationship. Now, keyword is what is the impact? One of your questions here is what is the impact of hip hop music on the revival of skateboard culture? Now, the two very important words here, impact and revival. You're putting revival there. Does that mean that is being
Um,
revived or what? What is that point of contention that you are? What is the point of argument? Are you saying that skateboard culture is going down and then it's being revived at the moment? Is that the situation that's happening now?
yeah, because we found that like during the 1980s, the skateboard kind of went down, and then because of some hip hop artists, and then the skateboard culture it becomes popular again.
When is it becoming popular? 90s
Uh,
or
2000s.
past decade? No, no, I mean
Yeah.
2000. I mean this decade itself. So
Mm-mm.
so it was on the rise. It was declining before,
Mm,
and then
mm,
now it's on the rise. Okay,
mm,
so that is okay. First, you have the introduction hip hop culture and skateboard culture according to where. Then you have then another description about the relationship between the two, and those are historical data. Okay, but then you say it has declined where in the 80s or something, and then it's undergoing a revival. So now that you know these things from existing information. Okay. So now what's next? What do you want to do with this information? You want to study the impact? What impact? Music impact. The impact of music
yeah, how did
to,
music bring back the skateboard culture?
okay, but when you say impact of music, you already mentioned there's a relationship between the two, hip hop culture and skateboard culture, in all sense, in music and visuals. So you didn't say visuals here, but you did say music. You already know that information, but why are you questioning what is the impact of music then? If you already have the information, Why are you questioning the
Oh.
impact of music?
Yeah.
Can you got to be a bit more specific. The
Okay.
impact of hip hop music on the revival skateboard culture, in what way? In maybe what impact are you looking at? Are you
Okay.
what kind of impact? Um, that's the question. That's the question. So your breakdown here is okay. It's fine. I think your sources, you got your sources all in the right place, but you got to align it right, so it's chronologically arranged in your writing. And then but the impact part, where you're coming up with a problem question, the problem statement, which is very much related to that question. So this research question is related to a specific problem statement. That problem statement is missing. That problem statement is that although there is an impact of hip hop music, there is an impact of music to the culture, something about it that needs to be seen more or can be added on. And that's the part where you introduce the new thing. So
Mm.
the are you saying there is a cultural impact to the hip hop music and skateboard culture to other cultures? Are you saying that, for example? Or are you saying that, what else are you saying? The word impact is a very, very strong word, because a lot of things can impact human culture. It can eat a lot of dimensions to it. The impact of music to skateboard culture can be many dimensions. Can be behavior, could be psychology, could be, I don't know, so many things. There's a visual impact too. There is color psychology to that. There is, and the list can go on. So, there's got to be something about the the music and skateboard culture relationship. So you put that in sentence: music and, I would say, hip hop music and skateboard culture relationship, or music and skateboard culture impact, or no, more like relationship to what, to something. So then you got to be specific about, um so that problem statement gives you the specifics. The problem statement will give you that problem. You would have identified a specific problem about the relationship between hip hop music and skateboard culture. The problems about that this question, the question that you wrote here is a very important question. What is the impact of hip hop music on the revival of skateboard culture? So okay, skateboard culture is being revived, and hip hop music has got a lot to do with it, and you've got existing information to support that statement.
Mm.
But there's something there. To what extent, or how does, what, that one thing that you got to find the problem? So what is that problem with that? What is the problem with this? Because asking this question relates directly to what you have, all your existing information, which is fine. The question is, what is the impact? The impact is obvious already. It's pretty much answered by your information, but you got to go to the next level now.
Okay.
Yeah. So what your thoughts?
Uh,
Is there anything you noticed about this? because because
um,
because this is kind of like cultural studies. Intercultural design is
mhm.
actually like a something like a cultural studies module. And instead of geographically dependent study where we travel, now is non-geographically dependent. So the study that you have currently, the information that you have currently, is based on geographically dependent studies, geographically dependent information. Now, maybe what I could encourage you guys to do is make it relate to now, contemporary times. Let's say the impact of hip hop music on the revival skateboard culture online, or during when let's say, yeah, somehow you can use the terms cross boundaries, or online, or in mixed reality situations, or extended reality mode, you know because you guys are designers, right? You're all designers, right? Oh yeah, well, basically you all are designers. Doesn't matter which discipline.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just see you guys as designers. So extended reality means we're looking at, for example, right? Let's say I saw there's this company called I think Frame Motion Studios,
Mm-hmm.
and they are extended reality creators. They create augmented reality, virtual reality kind of um, thing to enable to bring the non-geographically dependent scenarios all in one place. For example, weddings. They did this thing about for weddings, right? For this couple, they got married, but they got married in a virtual environment, which is very interesting. And they did was they were present in the location in their studio, and their studio with green screen and whatever, and they set it all up to create a mixed reality immersive experience. In the beginning, there was the wedding, the usual wedding. The normal way is geographically located. You got a church, or you got a space where a wedding is done, where people attend physically and things like that. But now in this virtual environment, when they're having the wedding, there's a massive screen over there, and they could see all their family members all there watching the whole wedding, witnessing the whole wedding, and they are there. And then as the family members witness the wedding, they can also see the three-dimensional construct of the arches and things like that. They're all virtual. When the couple in the studio, they are all green screen or something. But when people watch it, and like, wow, nice, I like all that things hanging there, and those the chandeliers, but it's all virtual. Those are all created to be there, and all these little effects like ding ding, all these little things are going around their heads or whatever. And there's a host beside them, whatever. And then they cut a cake, and the cake is there's a projection mapping cake, where the cake change color and all kinds of weird things. And very interesting to see how that is working, especially now. And this is looking at the next, maybe I think this will change the way the future, the way we see events. Okay, so same thing can be said for convocation ceremonies. In convocation ceremonies used to be physically done, big hall, massive expenses, thousands of people attending it. But now you can see mixed reality versions, where you see the graduate walking to a podium and receiving, or maybe that entire person, maybe it's totally VR, not even mixed reality, it's not even a real person, but the person is an avatar of that student going and receiving the scroll. Or it could be a mixed reality mode, where the person goes there, and whoever's watching it, or all the people who are witnessing it or attending the event, will be able to see it either mixed reality mode or totally VR. So now back to this. The impact of hip hop music on the revival of skateboard culture could be kind of related to what you see in KDA, for example. uh, the League of Legends music videos involving KDA, K-pop group, but they're not just a K-pop group, they're more like an international pop group, but using their avatars, comprising of avatars of the singers themselves. And each of these avatars represent the the characters of the League of Legends. So then, and they were actually performing on stage, and whoever's watching that from whoever, then they're like, oh my god, the real people are playing in the background, some real people are dancing in the background, and these avatars are the lead singers. How is that even possible? It looks unreal, but it's real. It looks real. It's almost like it's an augmented reality kind of situation. So that is the and you can see that impact to the audience. The audience love it. Why? For many reasons. Because the relatable aspect of that to the game itself. It enhances the understanding of the game, giving the game it enhances the culture, the gaming culture. Or the gaming culture is not just the gaming culture anymore. The gaming culture is an entertainment culture. It's also I say it gives a new dimension to the term escapism, and it creates a much better, a bigger ambient, or say emotional ambient or something like that. So people connect to the characters better through music. Music gives the mood and lifts up their spirits and allow them to do this and that. So there's all these little things that you can describe. So back to skateboard culture. What about the impact of hip hop music on the revival of skateboard culture? There is an impact. So maybe you can put that while there is impact of hip hop music on the revival of skateboard culture, which has been revived for the past how many years? Can we say the same for the can what how in contemporary times, or in times where most activities are not have switched to non-geographically dependent platforms? How will hip hop music impact the skateboard culture today and the future? So then you open the door for new possibility, so how will that impact now the skateboard culture now and the future in the next 5 years? Because as you know, times have changed, and obviously this is a blank. Now if you ask this question, I can't imagine. So that's where you come in. I don't know whether
Marlene, you're muted.
yeah, you're muted.
Paiseh. No, I mean, so if change to like VR mode, you need to wear that one, the heavy thingy.
Not necessary. There is virtual reality. Virtual reality means that the whole thing is artificial. Okay, even the person is artificial. It's just avatar, nothing real. There's no real physical thing can be seen in the environment. It's 100%, but it's 360 lah. Okay, but the virtual reality is not just wearing the goggle. Like even if you're looking at screen, right, you can move your mouse and turn 360. But virtual reality simply means like 100% the whole environment is created, okay, but it's 360. Okay, like you play a game, like a simulation, or you play like Minecraft. Like Minecraft is 360 and is open, and you can go anywhere, and it's 100% artificial. You can't put yourself in there. You cannot project a real person. You will be like a pixel square person. Okay, that's VR is like that. If it's augmented reality, okay, augmented reality is like this. Like, let's say you're looking at me, right? And then all of a sudden you see a digital bird sitting on my shoulder. So the digital bird also talking. But when I'm sitting here, I don't see anything, but you can, because you use a platform, or a platform to be able to make that video, or that item, or the object that's been created in that three-dimensionally been rendered to appear, triggered by something, triggered by that platform itself. So just that's why even in teaching, sometimes some students will they move they on their that platform, they open the app, and then the app, you just point to a little trigger logo or something, and then a 3D thing appear, right? Like I'm
Yes.
sure you all have had that experience. You see that in business and marketing as well. It's very popular in comic books. You look at the comic book cover and you see the character moving. Wow. So an artwork or whatever. So they have all these things. That's augmented reality. That means it's a combination of that with real footage or views. But then there's also mixed reality. Mixed reality is a combination of augmented reality with virtual reality. So which means like 100% artificial environment with real people or real objects together. So now all these combination now have a new term called extended reality. So extended reality can be anything, can be like any combination of these things. So is it possible that skateboard culture can be presented, or can we see the impact of hip hop music on skateboard culture in an extended reality mode? Can we is the impact the same? So your argument is the impact may not be the same. So you can hypothesize, or you can just leave it as a question. You can hypothesize that, or make an assumption that the impact may not be the same, or the impact may be the same, but there's but the impact may be the same, impact may not be the same. That one itself got so many things to talk about. But because we can say, well, I know if you play hip hop music by Blackpink and may not gel well. That is evaluating the music style. So you got to be very careful. You got to be very specific. What is it that you want to focus or observe? If you're looking at extended reality mode, you're looking at how the music connects to a mixed reality kind of presentation. So so at least not, then you give yourself an opportunity to create something, to get response, and then you post it there, and then so you do something simple. So it give you an objective. So now yeah, so the problem statement, you got to choose. I mentioned extended realities because that is more current now, and the world is very much dependent on non-geographical located platforms. So creating a new experiential culture, and actually we are creating a new culture. Now there's a new culture popping up in this world. Wait, I got tons of notes here. I myself doing this research.
They'll share with us, and we do the research, and we
Ah.
share it, and we become doctor.
We got keywords like non-geographical located. Another one is borderless. Borderless is another term to explain it, just like what Taylor's is trying to do, borderless learning, all this sort of thing. But there's also another word that I think the university not quite, they don't mention this a lot, but it's cultural and experiential environment. Cultural experience. We're talking about a new culture. We're talking about, ironically, the events, some major events in human civilization creates new cultures, creates subcultures as well. See, the hip hop culture evolved through blues, R&B, all that. And where does blues and jazz come from? Without the suffering of Black people, we won't have this thing.
Yeah,
If
true.
they didn't suffer,
They would talk it out.
so weird, right? It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're thankful they suffered. No, it's so weird. But the suffering, if you look, I mean, philosophically speaking, or if you look at it, when they suffered, they entertained themselves in song. They make themselves feel better. They sang gospel, and then they start to sing blues, and then they sang together. African people always sing. They are musical people. They love singing. When they work in the fields back in Africa, they sing. You know, uh, they're very musical oriented people. So when they came to America, they became slaves. This, oh my God, the things they went through here or there, the ridiculous persecution just because they're black, put themselves in a position where they were caged up, but it brought out something else in them. It brought out the songs. It brought out hope. The songs generated hope. And what made them feel hope was jazz. Made them feel better. They made them connect to each other, creating a cultural experience. It's almost like today, how you see today the we are being persecuted by a virus. We are being persecuted, and government sometimes can, okay, so they can do all sort of things. So people can feel caged up. We all feel caged up. We feel in here. But let's say if you are a skateboarder, if I was a skateboarder and I'm feeling caged, I can't get out there and do my skateboard. I can't do it with my friends. We are banned from getting together. We're all under quarantine, lockdown. We are on MCO, and all these things, state of emergency. How are we going to deal with this thing? So let's continue to entertain ourselves then. How? So it automatically creates a need, okay, the need for this. Just like how the hip hop culture was born out of all those things, they were born out of need. So the need to do something about it, the need to solve problems, which is a very natural thing for all humans, all living creatures. So they solve it by this. So now in this case, if you're a skateboard culture and hip hop, so coming back to contemporary times, skateboard culture, if you're a skateboarder, what would you do? So how many skateboarders have you connected with? I mean, do you know, if you all are skateboarders, if some of you are skateboarders, you skateboard regularly, you I bet you would understand the frustration. So how do you substitute that? How do you make the impact the same? How do you create the same experience at the same time creating a new cultural experience? Or some of them may be old school. Some of them say you can't do it. But even if they say you can't do it or you can do it, they're both assumptions. Then there's no evidence to support that, because you just say whether, or even some of them um, vehemently disagree. They're all assumptions. Everything is assumption until you support it with response, feedback. Okay, so don't have conclusive statements. Just use the word like it's possible. It's possible, or this may impact, or this, whatever. So just focus on one thing which you can achieve now. Okay, basically choose. You got to decide how is that impact of the how where is this impact are you talking about? So like so for example, if you create an augmented reality kind of experience with skateboard culture and hip hop music, it's an experiment. So you can, I mean, look at existing. Has there anyone trying to do that? How's the skateboard culture doing in the COVID-19 thing? Let's help. How what are they doing about it? You can't physically skate. There's the finger skating though. Have you seen this finger skating thing? It's so funny.
I think so.
Yeah, have you seen it? That's weird. Okay, skateboarders, let's finger skate. We can't physically figure skate. Or maybe they can still skateboard. Let's do the skateboarding, and maybe your focus is skateboarding in front of the green screen. Maybe how do you present the skateboard thing? How do you create that feeling, the impactful feeling? Maybe it's really about you can't do a music video physically because of this. Maybe you can do that if you have a team and you do it in isolation. It shouldn't be a problem. But looking at your limitations, you have to acknowledge, you have to state your limitation. Limitation is you only got 7 weeks to do this, and you all are part. The five of you are apart. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of you are apart, and you need to find a non. You need to find a non-geographically dependent platform in order to present your idea about this. Ideally, maybe you can meet physically to do this, but now it's not ideal. So that's your limitation. So therefore, this is your proposal is this. You know.
We were thinking about for ideation the part 3. We were thinking doing MV.
Was it? What?
Music video.
Oh, music video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to promote.
Sounds like a
Cause
great idea. Yeah.
bad idea.
It's
Bad.
good. It's a good idea. No, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, cause at part 3, right, we have to incorporate Malaysia culture with our this study culture. No need.
Malaysia, no. Malaysia culture is Malaysia. Malaysia culture. What is Malaysia culture?
Maybe
That's
rap
immense.
in three language. Yo. Assalamualaikum. Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
but be careful there. No, it's fine. Assalamualaikum means shalom.
Hello.
Yeah.
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 Hello.
Actually, there's no harm, but some of them, but
It-
it literally means peace unto you. That's all. Okay. Anyway, okay, wait. Right. Be careful because you have if you're going to spend time trying to combine languages and saying this is Malaysian culture, no, you're already doing something different. Stick to what you're doing.
Mhm.
If you want to, that means your problem statement could be after your first description, you will probably say what you notice that the impact of hip hop music on the skateboard culture in Malaysia seem to have seem to be now constrained or limited due to the pandemic or due to the new normal. Therefore, would the impact of the the impact of hip hop music on the revival of skateboard culture in recent times or in Malaysia be as impactful if it's done via music video and if it's done via music video in an augmented reality environment, and things like that or something like that. So you can create a music video using augmented reality. That means one of you gonna have to find a green cloth or I know custom make one green screen. Very go to Nagoya Textile if they are still open. Hopefully they're open. I don't know whether they're open. They should, or somewhere find a cloth that is roughly the green, that green. Just buy about
Yeah, go Shopee.
Shopee, but can Shopee deliver within one day? If they can,
Yeah.
can.
Maybe can. Maybe can.
You
Using
check lah,
Jet.
that one. You check. If then is a full body green screen, then you have a skateboard, then you dress up hip hop kind of thing, but Malaysian style. So yeah, do your music video, but then use an augmented reality app or something. So as you do the music video, someone who watches the music video can use the app and say, "Oh my gosh," that sort of thing. So you can put the elements of what the app asks you to put on the video, so that when you watch the video, oh, more things are happening around you there. So so you're creating an experiment and you're enhancing, maybe you adding more value to it, and then but in terms of impact, your measurement tool is trying to measure the impact by putting that video online, giving the instructions to the viewers, this is what you need to do, and ask them to give comments about it. And then your data for the impact is very much on the comments, or you can be specific on those questions, or just let them to tick or whatever. I know So I think the music video idea is a very good idea. I think is achievable. I think you can do a good one, a 3-minute one, and I think it'll be highly entertaining. And not just that, I think, but you got to add some uniqueness to it. I would suggest augmented reality.
Mhm.
Um, there are a number of augmented reality apps you can try out. I'm sure you guys are resourceful, so I'm sure you can check. See if you could use those apps, those platforms to enhance your music video.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, and get reactions, get lots of reactions. I think you just can get straight to it. But now the thing about putting the proposal together, you could you could I don't know, sketch it out first. And how are you going to present your proposal? Are you using PowerPoint, or what platform you going to use?
Yeah, I think PowerPoint.
PowerPoint lah. Okay. So you just present. So now focus on that question. And I've recorded this session. So let's say if you want to track back to see some of the important points, to hear some important points on on your problem statement, then you can do that. But this question is good. But after the problem statement, after the, the after you written that problem statement, then that one question is this lah. What is So how does the impact of the hip hop music on a revival of skateboard culture, you know, impact the skateboard culture in Malaysia through non-geographically
Mm.
located platform? And then your objective is to create a music video which signifies the impact of hip hop, which may uh, which which may impact the hip hop impact the Malaysian skateboard culture through hip hop music. uh, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
I
okay.
think my brain. Okay, you just create
Oh,
that
we figured,
sentence,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
yeah, you figure out that sentence. Okay, so yeah, something like that.
Mm. But the
Yeah.
difficult part will be how to do the music, how to 做 the lyrics. Wow, so many
uh,
things to do.
just get one royalty free one lah. No need to
Oh my
don't make your
god.
life difficult lah. There are a lot of free to use music, but some good ones. I will send you some links if I have found some links. Wait, let me check. There are quite a number out there. You can always Google it. Whenever I Let's see, there is one more. Where is that? Right. Yeah, there's this one. There's one here, and this is very friendly for YouTube one. Wait. Okay. There's one. This one very friendly for YouTube, so you won't get any copyright claims. But you check it out first.
Okay,
If you think it's nice, then you can use it. Put it in the chat here.
thank you,
They
sir.
have all these other kinds. There's jamendo.com. There's so many others, but you need to find one that is friendly
我知道。
for YouTube. Your YouTube very strict.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, and look at samples. If there are there any music videos that has AR elements which you can use apps or whatever, just look at some samples and see how that's done. Yeah. I think this would be quite good. Um, I think yeah, just prepare the PowerPoint thing, propose. But important thing is the point of your study, right? That has to be very clear. So once you've had that slide, if you want, you can send it to me, or you can
Okay.
share it to me via Google Slide or something. Just send me a link, and then I could comment. I could type some comments there as well.
Okay.
Or you could send the PDF of that PowerPoint, and then I can comment as well. Okay,
Okay.
so send it. I can try to comment before your proposal is this Monday, right? So you can maybe send it before that, just maybe a couple of days before that. That I can
Sunday.
do Sunday, yeah, Sunday night, please lah. I want to watch my movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
Noted.
I'll do what I can in case I'll do what I can. Okay, but
Okay.
try to at least
Try
Saturday
not to
lah. I
be
can.
12 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, maybe Saturday lah. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can.
try your best. Try your best. If not, worst case scenario, I'll try my best on Sunday. Because usually if I'm watching my movies or playing my games, I'll be like everything disappear already. So
What's the movie you watching, Doctor?
it was me and my wife. We have our nights where we binge watch a few.
Okay, sorry for disturbing. We
No,
we,
no, no,
we
no, no, no,
won
no,
we won
no, no, no.
Sunday. We won.
I love movies. I love movies. I like watching some of those mini series, on Netflix and stuff. So you like to binge watch some of those series, and I tell you, one episode finish, cannot take it. Must
Yeah,
watch the
cannot.
next one.
Not enough one episode.
Yeah. Now she's watching this. I don't watch Korean drama. She can watch Korean drama like straight, like the whole how many hours? Wow, cannot. I cannot.
Nice one. The
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the newest one, the Sweet Home.
Sweet Home.
Yeah, Sweet Home. Okay
The
lah. So
monster.
you're
Okay, I
not
believe you.
interested.
No, I watch, but can be very emotional.
Oh, you will cry.
No, I don't cry.
Kak Jima.
I don't cry. I don't cry. I don't cry. I don't cry. But they're quite. There's one thing. The Korean dramas are very creative. They're all kinds of different stories. Amazing,
man.
and their romance is so. There's one I watched very good until finish. Well, not from the beginning, but there's the one about like this guy started. He started this bar, and he became very successful. What's that? What is that?
Oh, I know.
You know,
Itaewon Class.
yeah. I really like that one.
I
That
like
one
that
was good.
oppa.
Yeah, that is really good. And then there's one more called Startup. I think that's quite decent. Startup is she started this
The
company.
like company.
Yeah, but there's a lot of backstory, always some kind of family issue,
Drama.
that led to that. Some very good stories. Yeah, lah.
Yeah.
Now I'm watching this new one about these all these monsters that took over the whole
The what something uncounty.
Oh, the counter.
something like that. Yeah, but
They're wearing red clothes.
yeah, I
Oh,
think
that
that one is
one.
coming soon. Right? I think that one is coming soon. There's one more. There's one currently playing that the whole Seoul, Korea is. Hey, no, wait. Is it Japanese?
Nanti
Oh,
Korea.
okay. I'm sorry. I can't remember.
Nanti Korea.
Yeah, I think I can't remember lah. I'll let you know lah. Anyway.
It's okay. So we will search for it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys clear what you need to do?
Yeah.
We have after this class, the new idea will be AR, right? Combine everything with AR. I mean,
Yeah, I mean
using AR.
that is I feel is maybe relating the hip hop music and the skateboard culture to now, to the situation now.
Do we need to search data for it? I mean, for the AR part, or we just take the relation from online?
Yeah.
No need to further it.
You could no in it basically Yeah, I think you can just take the information, just collect your responses, but you can search, you can do a little search about what is there anything being done about this now, like similar thing being done. If there's not much, but at least there's some examples you can see. But how many examples of Malaysian hip hop music and skateboard culture via AR? How many examples? Maybe you don't see much of that, but maybe internationally there may be something else out there that may give you some ideas. So you're not taking the idea, you just looking at what's being done, so that but your focus on your thing is trying to see how the community online community here provide that. But the catch of the online community to give response by ethnography is that online community is also not geographically dependent, because they are cross-border. So let's say, for example, you put it on YouTube and then you just share, everybody share as much as possible, make it public, so see how people respond. Or you put it on Facebook, which you probably get a lot more responses there. So you list down what platforms you think that you're going to create. So that's the difference. The difference is some of the data that you saw from online, or some of those similar things they did online, or similar things they did in their countries, also based on non-geographically located platforms. It's possible also that whoever has done it may have Twitters, may have Twitter accounts, which you could also share in the Twitter account and hashtag them, uh, connect with them and let them see it, and then they can comment. They themselves can comment. Oh my God, if they do that, it'll be great. But there is a big distinction between doing this on an online platform and getting physical response. Physical actual response, when doing it on site, on location, is very different, because on location means you're focused on audience which is physical, because they have to look at it. But then if you do it online, you can also do it physically on one place, but the audience is online. So there's a difference: physical audience and online audience. There's a big distinction. But don't worry about that comparison. Focus on online audience.
So,
So
sir, the online platform should be one only, or can be, I mean, you can share it on Facebook, Twitter, or only Facebook.
um you can more than one platform also can.
More than one.
More than one platform also can, because you want to get as much response, but you must list down in your proposal what are the platforms you're using. You got to be clear. And don't forget in your proposal, so you have the platforms you want to use to get online responses and online responses. Then you also have a slide talking about limitations, a slide talking, you have categorize your slides properly in chronology as well. Make an outline first of your presentation, sketch out an outline, and then make your slide. So put
Mm.
key things. Yeah. So the introduction, just a recap. Introduction, you have hip hop culture based on which source. Okay, you don't need to put so much over the board. Don't go overboard with the introduction, because people can get bored. So
Mm.
just hip hop culture from what source, skateboard culture from what source, and then next slide. What is the relationship between? There is a relationship between these two, according and where are those sources. All right. And then the next slide, there is hip hop music impact to skateboard culture. So the impact will show what is happening, like in recent years, in this decade. And you can maybe put a video there and play. Well, this is an example: Blackpink, or then you have American hip hop, then you've got all over the world. You can put samples from different countries, from India, from where, everybody have their very interesting. Hip hop has a very interesting impact on culture, but specifically skateboard culture, which is skateboard culture. is connects to all cultures. It seems like a universal cultural experience, this sort of thing. So you must know how to explain that. Then after that, the problem statement. Then only the problem statement. Then the problem statement says, so although impact the hip hop music has a strong impact on the skateboard, strong impact on skateboard culture, and etc. etc. All that. Um, um, how it is unknown, or it is uncertain. It is uncertain to see if hip hop music and skateboard culture relationship has the same impact for if it's done via augmented reality or non-geographically located platform or non-geographically dependent platform. Yeah. This means that if hip hop something, so you got to explain what do you mean by non-geographically dependent platforms, and will the impact be same? So the whole point is, then the research question, one slide. How will the impact? How would hip hop music, um, and skateboard culture impact, or create a new cultural, how is the impact of hip hop music and skateboard culture in um relate to a new cultural experience? Oh no, that's a stupid question. Or the research question is always very tricky. How basically you want to see, okay, basically you want to measure. The research question will point towards, the research question is basically related to the information that you're trying to get, the response you want to get, and it will answer the research question. You know what I mean? Your findings from go back to whether they are answering the research question or not. So which means that, and the research objective is for you to create that thing, to get that response which will answer the research question. Okay, so the research objective is directly related to the research question, but the research objective will give you the objective that they will tell you that this is what you need to do to answer the research question. So then your proposal is complete. Okay, then your proposal will be complete. So whoever listening to this proposal will see, I know what they want to do. I know what they're trying to get out of this. You see?
Okay.
So never mind, you do that, you do the slides. So it should be roughly about, I think at the most 7 slides. 7, 8 slides. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Yeah. Not don't have don't yeah, make it nice. Yeah, put some samples there, whatever.
Do we include the rationale also?
No need. You just no need to do any no need to include any
Long sentences.
nah.
Okay.
Just
Because
do it your way. Do it your way. Do it how you think you should do it, but don't make it so complicated.
Okay.
Put put the important information there, but show some visuals when it comes to the hip hop music. I mean, show visuals about what do you mean by, hip hop music and keyboard culture. All this, all the intro part, maybe about 3-4 slides. I think should give a good clearer picture. I think I'm guessing like could be about 10 slides at the most. So, which means that maybe the first 5 slides is very, very important to show, to give a clearer picture about the 3 things: hip hop culture and skateboard culture, what they are, what is, and relationship, and then and then how you move on from there. So put a good outline. Yeah, even if you go a little bit more than 10 slides, there shouldn't be a problem. Just do first, and then just do first. Then we decide how we can. We'll see how your slides work.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah, I look forward to do the MV, music video.
good. Yeah,
in front of a green. But the green thing, everyone should have one or just one people.
That one is your design lah. I mean,
Wow.
yours. This is that comes from your creative minds. How you guys wanna do that?
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
you see, your limitation of study is very important. So because you have to be very clear, the limitation you're facing now is that you can't be together.
Mm.
Mm.
There's a big hiccup.
Mm.
Hiccup.
But it's possible. It's possible to do this together, quote unquote.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay.
And yeah.
If can be together, will be more fun.
Yeah,
Like
it would be
someone
more
doing
fun,
the
but you need a good studio like the photography studio
Yes.
has enough space. They have a big green screen there. But otherwise, yeah, you could do something really fun. You can turn yourself into an avatar. One person can be a total avatar. One person can be a real person. You'll find your way lah. I don't know. See, cultural experience. That's the thing.
mm,
Mm.
interesting.
We have a new cultural experience. The social, online social cultural experience. Bye,
Okay.
Group 3.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.